Hey, welcome back everyone to tutorial number 2. The first one was a quick introduction into Notion and what you can do with it, how powerful it is. In this tutorial, I'm going to take you to Creative OS, finally, and then we're going to show you how to use the journal and how great it is. Building on the principles that we already have. Okay, let's make myself small again. So this is where we left off. This was the contacts library that we created ourselves, the phone book. And it has a few of contacts, and we have the database itself. We have it over here. I explained to you the different views, how you can change statuses and how properties work in the table. So each property is part of each entry, and these are categories or things that say something about the entry. So rows and columns. Okay. Once you got this basic understanding of Notion, I'm going to go ahead and send you the link. You have it already in your email. If this is later than 7th of August, well, this whole part I can cut out. So, once you get the email, you will be presented with this beautiful page, with the Creative OS template. After you've set up your Notion account correctly, just having an account is enough. You will have the link. Once you click it, you press duplicate. Here it asks you to log in, and bada boom, bada bang, pow, it's duplicating Creative OS to my dashboard. And there we go. Now we are loaded in on a brand new Notion with Creative OS. Now, the first thing that you might see is that all your other pages have become something on the root of it. So in this case, if you really need the pages, I don't, because they're all like stock templates. If you ever want to get them back, you go here to templates, and you can see that these stock templates come in with Notion. So you can just pick and choose from here, but none of them are really as integrated. So you can just go ahead and delete them, or you can add some of them to the dashboard yourself. Again, Notion is all about customization and freedom. It's about getting from the app what you need, getting from the memory taking app, the organizing app, whatever it is, it's suited to be anything you want. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all of these apart from our contacts. You know what? Let's add the contacts to us. So here's a little bit of navigation. On the side pane, you have this side pane, and you can press this button to make it appear and disappear. You can press quick find to go quickly to any of your pages, as we discussed previously, and you can search for anything. Here you see the updates for this space. This is more of a Teams thing. And here you see settings and members, where you can do a lot of customization, also your billing, your address, but things like your language, notification settings, and especially who you share with and who the members are on your Notion. So without further ado, let's go and look at this. So each page has other pages nested inside of them. So if I want to move the contacts that we created, by the way, let's add an icon to it. Let's make it like an address book. Let's make a little address book. This is like the red address book. And I'm going to add a nice cover to this as well. Like we learned, just go to Unsplash and choose anything you want. Maybe a phone. Yeah, I like this one. Modern. Fits my style. Perfect. I'm going to reposition this a little bit. Now, you can add this contacts onto the dashboard. But first, let's check the dashboard out. So you click on any page, you will go to it. So now I'm on the dashboard. And you can see there's a few other things like priority board. These are your in-progress projects board. You have priority tasks. These are the tasks that you need to get done. And these are all, the little arrow here indicates that it's a view of a database. So these first four are databases, views based on databases that we have in Creative OS. And as you can see, I've already added some information in there for you to mess around with. Well, this is the basic navigation, and if you go to the dashboard, you can see that some of the views, like the priority tasks, they are also embedded on a page. And this is how I showed you in the previous episode. You can add dividers. You can add dividers here like this to divide these two. And you can change the way everything looks by dragging the blocks, changing the views, all of that stuff. So this is the basis of what we learned before, but it just is going to expand way more. When you click on the journal, you'll be presented with this page. And the first one you're going to see is the journal gallery, which shows every journal entry in gallery form and also gives you the button to create a new one, just like that. You also have a few other views where you can see all entries based on a list setting. You have the daily entries, which are filtered by the daily template. And then you have the personal entries that are tagged personally, and you also have any other view that you can add. But looking at the table view, you see there's a name for each entry, a date created. There's a category that you can use for anything you want. You can also change this property, like I taught you, into a single select to show a status, for example. And here you see the tags, which I mostly use to filter all my things. You can also add additional columns into this to add like a date where a note has to be revised, something like that. And what I like the most about the journal is how it grounds me every day. So I've set up this template based on some research that I've done. And this is a new feature, by the way. You can have a side peek modus. I kind of like it because you get to see the previous structure page as well. But here, let's make a journal entry for today. So it's Thursday, 28th of July, 2022. And if I press this here, this is a template. So you see, you can create an empty page, a daily entry, or a new template. Once you start typing and stuff, the button disappears. But if you delete everything, you get the template options again. I'm going to press daily entry. And this automatically gave the tag daily. And it also loaded in this. So this is how I normally just write about my thoughts and dreams. Yesterday I dreamt about ice cream and I screamed. It was a nightmare. Okay, and then I am like, today I shouldn't forget this or that. Whatever it is, all your thoughts, all your dreams, the moment you wake up. After that, I focus on gratitude, the things that I'm grateful for. Oh, that's it. Thai food, my friends, and normally this is just a big list of like people that I have in my life and that I appreciate. And then in the end, it's like the sunrise, the sunset, having enough water, not being poor, all that stuff. But I try to always find something new to be grateful for, but the most grateful I am is for people, to be honest. Then I have intention. So, okay. I want to focus on being mindful and compassionate to others. I want to listen more. Or maybe you have a different day where you're like, I want to be assertive, or I want to focus on my health because I'm so hungover. And then I look into my Google Calendar and I check out what meetings I have and other obligations with other people. So planning my day is a little bit easier. Normally I can also plan my day the day ahead, and then in the morning I reaffirm, okay, 5 p.m. call with so and so. And then at 7:30 p.m. Dinner with so and so. In this way, I can always stay ahead of my obligations right from the moment that I wake up in my bed. And then the last thing is the one most important, most useful thing that you need to get done that day to feel like it's a success. So this is your own parameter. How do you want to spend your day, where if I had to get one thing done, I would focus on this thing. Oftentimes, that's the thing that's going to help you the furthest, make you the happiest, make you whatever it is you want to be, because it's intuitive to what your soul tells you need. So let's say mine is have a massage. I'm a simple guy today. And then I have my task list, and this task manager, we will get to it in a later video, but here I can already allude to it that in the daily entry you can put in any tasks that came up during this journaling, and you can make actionable items from them. So here's a sneak preview of what the task looks like. You can assign a person, you can assign a status, you can add a project to it, context, whatever it is, and it works just like any other Notion page. So let's say have a massage and the context is relaxation, for example. You just type that in and it creates it for you. And then you have the buttons checked or unchecked, which will make it show up in the task manager. So after you've done this, you can go back and look into your beautifully made note. You can add an icon to it, you can add a cover to it, and you can refer to it throughout the day. You can maybe add more notes, stuff like that. You can see all your entries like this. You can see them like this, or even let's do something crazy. Let's get like a calendar view, and this calendar view shows by the date it's created. That's the only one we have. So let's press done, and let's see. So here we have 2 notes that have been created today because I imported the thing today. But if you now press on the calendar, you could actually make new notes. And if you want to figure out what days you did it or didn't do it, you can find it like that as well. Then you have other options of your journal as well. You can add a new journal item, and this time you can give it a tag like it is a note, it's poetry. For example, poetry, that's a use case that I have a lot. This is more like the journal is the personal thing, the memory, the reflection, the gratitude, the goals. This is for yourself. This is the yourself part. So let's say I write poetry. I'm in love. And I just lorem ipsum something in here. And this is a very very, very brief poem. But the whole idea is that I can use this in my journal. It doesn't matter what they are. And I can use the filters and the sorts that we created before, where we pick a category, or we add a filter for the tags, and we add the tag only show me poetry, something like that. And we can even make separate views of these. The way I've got it set up right now is the way I've been using it for over a year. And it's amazing, especially the daily template. And later down, I will show you how to make some more templates. It's also very useful to have a view like the table view close to the top, because here you can see all the information and the categories, for example, and the tags. You can extend on them like this. Or even go without categories altogether and just use the tags as simple ways to store. That's it for the journal. Once you're done, you can return to the Creative OS, and you can go ahead and scroll down to the Task Manager and just check off that you did this tutorial. So here you can see how to use the journal. You can open this and you can immediately assign it to yourself. Press done. And now it disappears from your priority tasks and you're 1 video down. Congratulations.